I'm actually going to cut it slightly over. I'm actually going to cut it at 2 meters 60, just in case that runs that square to this. So that means I can pull it through and just adjust, because James is going to put a bit of 4x2 there, and then I'm going to connect into that. So 2 meters 60, that's what I'm after. Let's go and cut it. Now, Festool, when they first ever brought this out, game changing this is. One of those tools, you often hear me talk about game changing tools. Game changing.
Game changing. Game changing. Game changing.
This is one of them. When this first came out, as soon as I seen it, I bought it straight away. We all knew as chippies in them days, running a piece of timber down side and running the saw. So long-winded, wasn't it? What is this? Put a metal rail down. I don't know why somebody didn't think of it years ago. Yeah, that's it. Looks nice on there, doesn't it? It's in there, yeah. So what we'll do is push it tight, like that. Measurement to where we want it, mate. Like, here you go. See it there, halfway on there. There's the way it clips here. So if we take 47mm off, that's what we need to do, because thickness of that, okay. So what we do, come to the wall here, 47mm like that. Whenever I mark timber, always mark a V like that, buddy. Alright? So 47, and then I've got a gap up there, as you can see. All I'll do, straight to the brick block work again, 47. See it? Yeah. 47. And all I'm going to do now is I'll get my rail, shoot it. So, yeah. Try and think about how you want to handle the material quick and easy, yeah? Instead of lumbering it around. So all I'll do, old boy when he said to me, he said, always get things comfortable for you to shoot, yeah? So all I'll do now is pull that away out like that, because I know I'm going to drag that material straight there, can't I? See what I mean? All I'll do now is just, because a lot of the time, sometimes you have to work on your own. So all I'll do now is just do that. There you go. See what I mean? Mark my things now.
So you used these before, these plunge saws?
Ah, they're brilliant, mate. So basically you grab that there, mate. So all you can do now is get on there like that. You put this here.
You don't have to clamp it? No clamps used on it?
No, don't need to. And then just here like that, mate, yeah? Up to the V, always just move up to the V like that. It's always an extension of your hand. Okay, so that's why I said whenever you're using anything, it's the one do, look, I slide it in, see how my hands are, look.
Yeah.
I line it through with the V here, line it through with the V there.
Yeah.
I'll just adjust it as I need to, pulling it back, yeah? Now I'm set, happy with that. All I'm gonna do, I've got a bit of a leading edge here, haven't I, yeah? So I'm gonna put my hand on the fence, but then on the saw here with my thumb, you see it?
Yeah.
And then all I'm gonna do is start the saw, you see? Never plunge the saw in over the material, you know what I mean, mate? All right? Hand on there, hand on this properly, that's it. That's it. Put your thumb, remember me saying to you, put your thumb in, thumb on there, that's it, mate, that's it. Okay. That's it, get your saw going. Keep going, keep going. Nice and steady, hold the fence. Beautiful, mate, bang, that's it. First plunge saw, boom. What I do now is same again, look, you see how I work? It's all about efficiency, making it easy every time you move, mate, yeah? So all I'll do now is to do that. So all I do, that's it. Slide it out. There you go, mate, boom. There you go, how much better is that, mate, yeah? It's got a nice 3mm gap there, haven't I? Yeah. That's lovely. There you go, happy with that. So if you do me a favour, ping that for me, ping that, and then 4 screws in there, mate, okay? Yeah. Get that one in. All right, mate? Yeah. Boom! Loving that. That's sexy. Put your screw in there, mate. Lovely. We'll cut this one to go in here because that's just be a length up there, mate, won't it, yeah? This one, we got, what's that, mate? 475. Obviously, we can do it 4, 473, 472, yeah?
Yeah,
but a tight size here, 475. That's going to be good there. Split the two between two. That then goes, nice cut edge on there, like that. I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll just put one screw in there, I think, mate, can't we? Just to hold it, and then we'll put a level on it. So it's on a knot, you see. Whoop, that's it. Okay, let's have a look at that then. So you're holding that there. I'll tell you when, mate. Keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down. Whoop, that's it. Draw underneath the bottom of the level. Okay, that's exactly what we need with the insulation and the ply, isn't it, yeah? So we're actually going to need to go up here. That at the moment we're 190. Might be worth working the other way back actually, mate, mightn't it? It's got to be another 150mm Thor. Well, we've got the 50mm on. That's 190. That's the angle it needs to be. 100mm there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And then the 50mm of the timber. So basically, we need another 100mm on there then. Okay. So, and then that will then work out perfect then, won't it? Yeah. And then that needs to be longer by 100mm. So as well, doesn't it? Yeah. So let's undo this. Right, that's going to be going out like that, isn't it, mate? Yeah. But on the angle down, isn't it? So we just need to put one screw in there, mate, like that, or a couple of screws in there. Hopefully that'll all work out then. That's it, mate. So what we're going to do now is just do that like that, mate. Like that way around would be better, because then we ain't got that knot there to deal with, have we, mate? Because you're going to be the eye there, mate, okay? Okay, mate, happy with that? Yeah. Beautiful. Go with that then, mate. Mark it underneath. That's it. So what you'll do now is you'll cut that now, okay? Yeah. And then there's your other one. That's it. So you've got, then that's the template, that is the template. All of a sudden you're knocking up two, ain't you? Yeah, okay. Come together right now. Oh yeah. In sweet harmony. You got my cordless there, young man. Oh, Milwaukee! Milwaukee!
How long that lasted you, that one?
This one, this will last a lifetime, this one, mate.
Really?
Yeah, this, you buy one, that's it.
You reckon that'll see you out?
100% this will see me out, mate, yeah. Absolutely brilliant these are, mate. I don't care what anybody says out there. Festool are the best. Now, obviously, Pete might say no, DeWalt. He might turn around and go, actually, no, DeWalt. But I'm sorry, I'm Festool. I'll do.
Spare positive?
Yeah, I have, thank you. I'll cost you 50p, please. No, I'm joking. There you go, mate. Yeah, go on. There you go. Oh, nearly dropped it, actually, mate. There you go, buddy. Right, yeah, got them on the right way around. Always happy, James, you know me, mate. Crack on. Right, mate. Right, it's a bit tight on the old that timber there needs cutting back just by that thickness, and that'll be fine. So just put them through there. Yeah, keep them nice and tight, step in a good inch. You only need a couple in, mate, for now. Because don't forget, it's just fixing it like that. And do that, yeah, because you're only going to do it to hold it, yeah? Yeah, it's just to spike it for now, buddy. Yeah. And then all I'm going to do is mark me centres. 400 centres, mate, from here. There's 400. X marks a spot. So I know now, when I run my ply here, look, watch this, look. You see it there? Yeah. Now obviously I've got a sheet of ply coming down on top, so I'm happy with that. But the next thing I'll do is measure here, yeah? So that at the moment, from nice and tight, it's going to be 475, isn't it, yeah? If it was going to go tight there, this little bit here is a little bit less. Because you're going to trim this out, I'm tempted to actually run this at 470 all the way along. I'm just going to see what the gap is up there. So if I run a piece of ply 470 all the way along, mate, I'm just going to check this. Yeah, that worked nicely, mate. Look, you see, 470. And it gives me then enough of a gap to be a little gap there, enough of a gap there, ply then straight on top, job done, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to run that whole piece now at 470, mate, okay? If you undo those, cut the tops, put those on together, and then what we'll do, we'll get them knocked up, get them in place. I'll cut this at 470 ready to go, but I won't put it on until we get those back in, mate, all right? Sweet, that's it. There we go, good, right, done. So basically, yeah, 190. Look at that, absolutely on the money, mate. Absolutely on the money, that is. Let's get all nice equal gaps, yeah? And then get your timber. So if you take that one out, mate, okay, I'll sling the top on this one, and then we'll get the 470 in once we're done. So what I'll do here, buddy, I'll stick that in there like that, stick that in there like that, and all I'll do is measure there. So, and then what I do is I work from inches or millimeters, because sometimes it's quicker, yeah. So basically this says like 45 3/4, so I know straight away whatever my measurement is going to be a quarter on each one of them. So if I divide 45, that's pretty much 15, isn't it? Yeah. So basically every 15 1/4 inches, that means I'll go, there you go, that's my timber there. Same again, 15 1/4 inches. There we go, same again. That's it, mate, sorry buddy. 15 1/4, there you go. Put that bit of timber in there. Boom, boom. Now that there to there should be pretty much on the money, mate. There you go, 15 1/4. That's it, mate. You see what I mean? Sometimes metric's great, but sometimes I just jump to imperial because it's just quicker. You can, you know, just think on your toes quicker. And then all you'll do now, mate, is you'll cut this timber here. You'll take that measurement there. Take that measurement there, parallel, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then all you'll then do is you'll then put a piece of timber, what I always do is say, right, okay, that's my measurement, get a piece of timber there. And what I would do is cut that angle on, and then you can just, that's exactly that. You get your square out your pocket, square it up, mark it underneath, boom, that's it, same again, boom. So you're not struggling trying to, where am I going? You know what I mean? You can just get it parallel, straight away, you're away, ain't you, buddy? Okay. And then you'll stack the two on top, straight away. That's it, mate, that's lovely, isn't it, mate? Yeah, so basically if you want to, there you go, look.
Stick your square on it.
Stick your square straight up there, square up there, boom, that's it, innit, mate? We're looking at two about 550 mil. So this one here, same again, get away with 550 on that one, can't you? So if you cut 550, quick trick here, all you need to do there, because you know that's over a metre, isn't it, yeah? Don't bother cutting it there, just go straight to your middle. If you, whatever you cut there, it's going to be the same, reflected, isn't it, yeah? So one cut instead of like multiple cuts, you've got the same angle now, you mate, look, you see? Yeah. It's just another thing, speed again, yeah? So that's going to do that one for you straight away, isn't it? That's going to do that one straight away for you. This one's a bit too long there, mate, so just what I would do is come part of the way and then cut it near 550, mate, okay? Yeah. You'll offer this one up here first, won't you, to the position, like that. Okay, mate, then all I would do is I would then just measure 15 1/4, okay? Set them right there. That's just a square cut, and all you'll do is wrap that back like that. That's it, boom, done. Yeah, then all you got to do is just make sure you push this down. What I always do when there's a join like that, I get it to the same surface. See what I mean? Look, because it's like, yeah? Get the same surface, put my thumb on it like that, and then get my screws started, and then put it nice together so it's nice and flush. All right, mate. And 1/4, that's it, mate. That's it, mate. Lovely. So bring your timber in. The other one, exactly the same, mate. Okay. That's it, mate. You can see at the moment when I walk on it, you can see that wall there. Look, you see it. Look, yeah, you see. Now at the moment, what I need to do is looking at that. I've got a lip here, which I want, nice lip there. And you can see I'm pretty much home there. That's not, if I draw a line there, you can actually probably see now, look, millimeters. But what I want to do, it'd be better for me to scribe that bulge out there. So all I'm going to do is just do that, take that out with this power saw in a minute. Just there, take that little bit out. And then take that little bit out of there. And then all I'll do is use my power saw just to trim that up. 2-2, exactly that is. Oh my God, 2-2 and 1 mil. Wow. 1 mil.
1 mil.
1 mil.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all, is it? But what we're actually doing is taking a small amount off from nothing to there, yeah?
Yeah.
So when your hand plane's been finishing, you'll see that you're playing the whole of that top surface.
Yeah.
But you can see that's the line that you've got to go to. So you're literally taking off like 3 mil, you know what I mean? Which is absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice for you to shoot your hand plane in all the way down, you know? Okay, mate?
Alright, son.
Alright, buddy. What hand plane you got, mate?
Just a Stanley one.
What number is it?
Don't know off the top of my head.
Well, we're going to learn, aren't we, mate? If you set yourself up, I'll come down, okay, mate, and have a look. I'm going to give you this. Right, this is my apprenticeship plane that I had. So I'm going to give you this, and then all I'm going to do is, a little bit tight that is. So basically when you get a blade, new blade, what normally happens comes with like a bit of a lacquer or oil on it, something like that, depending on what make it is. What you need to do, a lot of people go crazy when they're backing off. You don't need to go crazy backing off. All you need to do is make sure when you back off, this area here is nice and flat. The way to set it up, mate, okay, it's like this. Okay, buddy, so what you want to do, I mean, just nice and loose like that, mate, yeah? Always put your blade like that and swing it around. The reason being, lovely new sharp edge you got there, it's not fouling on any of this, mate, okay? And all you do is just do that, okay? Once you've done that, you can then start to set this. Now, I was always told to keep this edge here, is this literally just push it right up so you've got about 2 mil showing. Once you got that, just nip tight like that, and then use this then to tighten it, mate, okay? So that's it, all right? Now once you've done that, you know, you're ready to put it into the stock, okay? So that's nice and loose. Now the other thing is that the way to do it is that end there always goes in that way, and then always try and, as best you can, without touching that edge like that, mate, okay? You can then set the tension on that, mate, okay? That's actually a bit too tight, that is. There you go, because it only needs to be thumb tight, you know what I mean? So you can push it down, it locks up. Now when you lock it off like I've done, just make sure your blade and everything's square. Yeah, you can actually tell you're square by the gap in here, mate, okay, all right. And try and make sure this bayonet is in the middle here, the arm, as you call it,
that
okay, mate.
The blade, doesn't it, that way?
It sets the blade left and right then, mate, okay. Now what you can do now to eye a plane through, it's good to put it up against the light like that, you see it straight away?
Yeah.
Once you do that, and then you cast your hand to the side of it like that, and then you can really see the blade nicely. You see it, and then all you can do. Now the other thing a lot of people make a mistake is when you're setting a blade, you know, if you've got too much of the blade out, they just wind it in and then don't reset it on the backstop again. The backstop is when, so basically at the moment, great example, if I set this now, push it right out, set it right and think, oh, I'm taking too much off there, aren't I, yeah? So what you do, you wind it back in again, as a lot of people do, and then they just leave it there like that. You don't do that because the barrel and this actual thread always has a bit of slack in it. So what you have to do is just then wind it, look, see the freeness that is?
Yeah.
So you take the freeness out, as soon as it comes out, and you just tweak it, that's it. And then you set your blade. So in other words, when you glide through the timber, it's no movement through the blade itself. Okay, mate, all right. All I've got to do is start here like that. How easy is that? And then just hold it like that. See this? Because then you're using the side of your hand to give you a guide. Okay. Just cup it so it feels like it's part of your hand. That's it, mate. Try that, mate. That's it. Now what you want to do, don't put too much pressure on here with your hand, because just in case you splint it, you're just using it as like a rest point,
like a guide.
to balance your blade, your plane better. Because sometimes if you're holding it all top end, you could do this, you're rocking it, yeah? Whereas you're holding like that, thumb round it, and then you can just trail it, okay? As you're stroking it, as you get to the end of your arm, start to lift it up like that. Okay, mate, all right? Okay, it's nearly there, isn't it, mate? What you can do is, if it makes it easier, yeah, line that through there like that, which we've just done. And then what you can do, bring the plane up and then just run it off, finish it, mate, yeah?
So that's all flush?
Yeah, so you're getting rid of it, look, you've got a crown there, look, you can feel that there, you've got to get rid of that, mate, okay? going on here? Because James is a Milwaukee guy. Look, he's got a Milwaukee case. Look at that. All he needs now is a Milwaukee hammy. No, a hammy. Hammer. Pete came up with a really good idea because this roof's going to be exposed for quite a few weeks, or you know, only going to probably be a good 2 months really. And the other thing is that we're going to be doing a load of work all the way around this roof, and I don't want to damage the Resi-Trix as a finished product with the insulation on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in these temporary hoppers, and then once we're finished, once we're ready to put the insulation, we're just going to put the plywood back on and then put a new piece of Resi-Trix on, and obviously we can get the insulation down. So it's a great idea Pete's had, so fair play to him. Fair play to Pete. Check that. Oh my God, look at that! Look at that! Ha! Oh my God! 17.5 inches by eye, Pete. Come on, then wait for it.
No.
Hey guys, so I want to show you this new shed that we purchased. The reason we purchased it is because the future projects we've got are actually, we've got a lot of decent space around us, and we can actually get this into the back garden, as well as obviously our container shelving system over there. One of our lads who works for us, Alex, he actually said, Tony, you want to get an Asgard shed? And obviously I started looking into it, and I tell you what, they're absolutely brilliant. So come and have a look guys, so here we go. So Asgard, yes, it's not from Thor. And just before we go any further, I'm not being paid for this. I'm just telling you this is a great product, it's really, really good. So as soon as you open the door, it's got a really good locking system on it as well. It's really decent. And one thing I noticed, obviously secured and designed. So the design of this, obviously they've spoken to the police force, they've looked at it and said, yeah, it's a really, really good design. And it really is, isn't it, Al? It's absolutely brilliant. I'm really, really pleased the way it's put together. How long, what do you reckon, about 4 hours to put this together, Al?
Yeah, it'd be quicker next time.
Yeah, so, but the thing I really like about it, look, you've got, even though they're 3-inch hinges on it, they've got 4 hinges on it. They've then got these actual brackets, so as you can imagine, as the door shuts to, it then goes beyond the back of the rebate. So that means as it closes to like that, you can't then jemmy bar these off, because then they're locked behind the metal rebate which is behind there. The other thing I have noticed as well, the way this all interlocks here, and sort of then it means you can't get a bar in to bar it out. It has the tower bolt top and bottom, which is really, really good, and it's got the relevant holes in here. The other thing I do like, it's got a nice little ramp. So great example, we've got a massive big breaker up there, so you can just trolley it in. It makes life a lot easier. And the great thing as well, they've even thought about, to make sure it doesn't sweat, they've got vents in it to make sure it can breathe nicely, and the other thing is it doesn't get too hot in there. And obviously I'll set up the G deck in, that's the 500 wide, but you can see how much now space I go in. It's just absolutely brilliant. I can store all my tools, all the things I need to store. We are going to put a light in here, and then obviously we'll have an alarm system which will work on a sensor, so if somebody gets in, it'll scream at them really, really loud, and then obviously deafen them and hopefully burst their eardrums. But I'm just absolutely really, really pleased with it. It's just a great way of not having to keep loading up the tools every night, wasting time. We can just bring them around straight into here, that's it. So these are going to go, this is going to go into the back of all of our sites for the next 1.5 years, because all the projects we got in front of us, we can put this up in the back garden. So really, really pleased. Absolutely great bit of kit. The only one thing I would say, even though it was quite expensive, I think it was about £1,300–1,400. Now Okay. Do you think that's expensive, Al?
Not what you get.
No, for what you're getting, I suppose, isn't it? He's just sort of. I'm just tight. We looked at a container, and obviously buying a container was quite costly, and then actually getting it craned in, it was all the telephone cables. This came in pieces. We can disconnect it, we can move it to the next site, so it makes things a lot more efficient. Lock it up there, and then literally even everything, it feels quality, doesn't it, Al?
Everything's screwed in.
Everything's absolutely solid. You know, there's not one part of this you think it's really flimsy. I mean, everything feels really good. It's just absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased with it, and obviously we've just got to repilot that. It's not quite lining through properly there, but I mean, we can get a screw in there, screw in the other one. But I'm really pleased, so can't recommend these enough. Awesome, take care. The product we're using is, there it is there, FG35. This is like a primer to allow us to stick the Alutrix down, isn't it, Al? So I'm going to open up. Gloves. Definitely need gloves for this. It worked together. What we're going to do is get that one there. I'll get this. I'm going to carry that way. There you go. I'm going to